Hey Wargamers, welcome back to the channel, Death from Above Wargaming. I'm Aaron.
I'm Dan.
That's Dan, and this is the Inner Sphere Pursuit Lance, fresh off eBay. Still haven't got my Kickstarter.
So
I will say this though, to QML's credit, I emailed them and I was like, hey, I got my address confirmation in July, and then I've heard nothing since. What's going on? Like, did my box fall off the shelf and I don't know, like what happened? They immediately emailed me back then.
They said
like immediately, like within 8 hours, like I emailed them at like 5 p.m., 8 a.m. the next morning, I got an email.
Oh,
so
wow.
zero business hours.
That's a faster reply than a bot on Tinder.
It's true. I wouldn't know, and I'm not sure I want to know.
Some of you will.
But they emailed me back and basically said that it was held up because one or more of the items, and I didn't ask because I don't want to know, were, I guess, back ordered or not available, or there was a shortage. So I could have given them a hard time, be like, well, why didn't you ship partial shipment and all this stuff? But I know it gets complicated.
Yeah.
But I really, really hope it's not held up because of my Wolf's Dragoon pin or whatever, like that I don't even give a crap about. Send me the plastic. Anyway, Inner Sphere Pursuit Lance. So we were able to get our hands on this one.
Yeah.
It was actually reasonably priced, so I'm excited about that. And it is, in fact, complete. This is a beaut.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to unbox it. It's got 4 amazing Inner Sphere mechs in there. You'll get a close-up on the turntable. We'll show you everything in the box. We'll get some close-ups, and then we'll go from there. So, guys, stick around. Inner Sphere Pursuit Lance review is coming right up. And we're back. All right, so let's open this puppy up. Here it is.
That's the other side. Yeah.
I always cut one of the sides so that it's like, I've done enough of them where we're like, we start the film and I'm like, and let's open this puppy up. And I'm like, I'm on it now though. I'm a professional.
Nobody wants to see you using scissors on camera.
Well,
I'm not legally allowed
to.
This
is a moratorium. We all know this. This is a known fact. Campus B. All right, so let's talk about the box. So this is very standard. It's just like all the rest. It's got that Axeman chopping into an ice ferret.
Yeah.
An ice ferret.
Which
on
we've
the box.
seen before.
Yeah, we've seen that before. It's got the really cool line art on the side, which I do love it. I think these boxes are, I keep them all on the shelves, and they're great shelf pieces. This one actually came in pretty good condition overall for an eBay box. But yeah, like the line art, like the box.
Yeah.
Inside, we get the usual stuff. We've got our pilot cards. We've got 4 Alpha Strike cards, 1 for each mech, front and back. They're like dry erase. So you
basically like 8 in 1.
It's like
8 in 1 package.
Whoa, 8 in 1 package. My mind is blown. But yeah, so a couple different variants for each mech, which is great. I love that. All right, and then of course we've got the plastic. It's what we've all come for.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I'm here.
That's why you're here.
Yeah.
All right, so some beauts we've got in here. We've got the Cicada.
One of my favorites. I don't know why it just is.
The Hermes. All right, which is, I think, a really great sculpt, and we'll take a closer look at it in just a second. We've got the Clint.
Yep.
And then lastly, we've got what I like to think of. I think all of these are pretty iconic, but this is another great one, the Dervish.
Oh, the Dervish, yeah. That one stands out.
The Dervish is like one of those, like, why the hell would you ever build this thing type of design. The later era models kind of fix it, but the Succession War era is one, it's just like a walking bomb.
It's a missile chest. That's what it is. That's
missile chest.
So it's like...
so very, very cool. So this is like all the stuff that you get in the box. Now, we are going to get into the plastics. So guys, don't go away. We're going to put them on the turntables. You're going to get close-ups. You're going to get a nice 360-degree view of every facet of every mech. Here it comes. right, there they are, guys. So absolutely phenomenal, phenomenal design. So let's start, and Dan, we'll do some impressions.
Yeah.
So you guys got the close up. We'll bring it up here on the side of the screen as well for you. So it's spinning around while we're talking about it. But this is the Hermes 2. I love this design. We looked at the render on one of our Jump Point episodes, and I think it holds up pretty well.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
I
very
like
clean.
it's very clean, right?
Yeah.
I like the chest cannon. I like the the detail here and the flamer or whatever that is on the arm.
For a smaller medium mech, it's definitely like it's got a lot of detail, a lot better detail than we've seen in the past with their Catalyst. I think they're improving.
They're up in their game.
Yeah,
they're up in their game. So this one's very cool. Again, love like even like the suppression, whatever those are, the little ports in the barrel there for the for the autocannon in the chest, and just the design of the flamer, and of course the little head antenna. The Cicada is a 40-tonner.
Yeah.
And this was always, in my opinion, a very dumb-looking mech because the legs were like too long for the body or something in the older sculpts. I think they did a tremendous job with this.
I think they did too. I definitely.
I love like the angle of the arms.
Yes.
And I love, it's a little more squat. It almost reminds me of like a mini stalker.
Yeah. Or like a larger
locust.
Yeah, yeah.
That's they are all bugs.
Yeah, that's true.
Stalker.
That's true. I like the pose too. The pose is good. The mobility pose. I
right, where it's kind of like looking and leaning.
Yeah, instead of just standing and shooting.
I will tell you, you mentioned how clean the sculpts are.
Yeah.
So when Ben and I opened up the Mercenaries box set, they were not as clean as these.
So like, you think maybe different material?
I don't know, or something. I mean, they were not. Maybe it was just a bad batch.
It's a possibility. You did get it on eBay.
So I told him he ordered it from Capellan Space. But I don't know. These look at the recess on the cockpit.
Yes.
Really good.
That's
the detail on the lasers. Like, look at even the small laser, I think that is. Like, look at the detail there. It's really good. Really, really good. Let's look at this guy next. So the Clint is one of my favorites.
Okay.
All right. I don't know why, just because it's a dumb mech.
It kind of looks like a football player.
It does kind of look like a football player.
If it had a missile or a gun for an arm.
This is like one of those like unsung hero mechs. It's just a rank and file 40-tonner.
Like a blackjack. It's just, kind
of like a blackjack, right?
So its pose is so minuscule that people are like, it's just blackjack. But then the blackjack's blowing you up, and you're just like, man,
you're like, what happened? It's a blackjack. But I love, like, look at all the detail packed into the legs and the body. Just tremendous.
And I'm assuming those are jump jets.
Jump jet ports, right?
Which are like very well defined.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a lot. Like if you really wanted to get invested in like painting high detail on these, they would look spectacular.
I think so too. Yeah, really good overall. Very impressed with the Clint. And then lastly is the Dervish, right? Again, silly design, lots of missiles.
It's got back problems.
It's definitely got some back problems. But look at the detail, right? So we've got the vents in the back.
Yep.
The jump jet ports are like none I've ever seen.
Correct.
All right, so this is like a new design of jump jet. Kind of like the Clint has kind of these different designs here, although I guess
fin, you could see at least one major fin in there to kind of be directional, whereas these ones
kind of look like these look like the same as like the blackjack, like you called out.
Yeah.
But these are cool as hell.
Yeah.
These almost remind me of actually like the Katana or the Crockett.
Mm-hmm.
They look like those, the big circular ones. They're also on the Marauder too, I think. So maybe some derivation of that. But like, look at the heat sinks here on the legs, right? The missile. I mean, and like you said, the definition around the missiles
and the mold lines. It's so minimum. I mean, you could, if you really, really look hard and you got like 20/20 vision, or if you're using,
magnifying glass or whatever. Yeah, you're right.
I can see them, but
I can see a couple, but they're actually in really smart places.
Yeah, like 40K. The mold lines are all over the damn place, and they're just like the most obvious places. You're just like, oh, great, I need to. But there's no work to.
The Forge World stuff. Remember the old Forge World stuff? The old Forge World stuff was nightmarish.
But there's like nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean these are really probably some of the highest quality.
Yes, agreed. So minimized work to prep.
So here comes the hard part, Dan.
Yeah, what's my favorite?
Now, guys, you've gotten a close look at all of these mechs. we have to put them in order from favorite to least favorite. All right.
Oh, for the two of us, or like you're gonna go first and then I'll go.
I'll go first and then you go.
Okay.
So I'll give you kind of like my rough order of magnitude. I don't know. Like I feel like Clint and Dervish are up at the top for me.
Okay.
I feel like he's at the bottom and he's somewhere there. This is a tough one because they're all very close.
Okay. Okay.
But I think the Clint gets up here just because of the sheer amount of detail. But I love the Dervish because it looks like no other mech.
Yeah.
It's such a unique design, and they did such a great job with it. Even that just the way everything is, it's just perfect. It really is. I don't know. Can I make a tie?
Yeah.
Can I do that, guys?
It's
my channel.
Yeah. So mine would be, mine would easily be this.
Okay. I could see that too. That was a very these top three were very close.
I just love the chicken walker look.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but backwards
knees,
legs just inverted knees apparently.
Just if you've got inverted knees, call Dan.
That's why I don't work on a farm.
Oh God. No scissors, no farms. Dan's got all sorts of bands. The only thing I would say about the Hermes is while it's phenomenal, all of these are just a whole nother level. It doesn't mean the Hermes is bad.
Yeah.
It's just like there's a lot of flat panels and things, whereas like these are just crammed with detail.
Yeah.
But regardless, what do you think about the Intersphere Pursuit Lance overall? First of all, is it a good buy or a bad buy?
I think it's a good buy.
I think it's a great buy.
Yeah, the variety you get out of it, and it would be a competitive Lance just by itself.
It just played out of the box. I agree, right?
Yeah.
You've got 35-ton or 240s, and I think that Dervish is 50 or 55 tons.
So, I mean, I think
50.
I think you got some, it's got some heft, and the Dervish has got LRMs. So, I mean, you could probably switch it out for a different version that's got SRMs, and that'll be a beast. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, if it had all SRMs?
Yeah, plus the jump jets. I mean, come on.
Come on. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of a great, I would say like even for like a beginner 30-25 Lance, like this is quintessential. Like you want to start your force, you buy a game of Armored Combat, I would buy this next.
Oh yeah.
And actually, I'll be honest with you, the first Kickstarter, what the hell was that called? Clan Invasion. There was one lance called the Striker Lance. I reference it all the time. I think it was one of the best like designed lances. It was like, Blackjack, Wolfhound. I don't remember what it was, but it was Jenner and something else. And they were all like very similar in size. You could really take it out of the box and just play with it.
Yeah.
Ben and I looked at the Recon Lance, and I felt the same way about that.
Okay.
And same thing with this. So far, the boxes we've been able to get our hands on, I think all of the mechs sort of synergize together. Right? And I think that's a really cool thing because I kind of want to buy something and just put it on the table.
Yes.
Talking about like Games Workshop, you buy an Assault Lance or Assault Marines or whatever. Well, what the hell, Assault Marines? BattleTech brand Assault Lance.
Sure.
You buy a pack of Assault Marines, you can paint them and put them on the table and play with them. I want to do the same thing with these, and I think they did a really
I think
nice
they're
job.
called like Intercessors or something like
they have
that.
dumb names now?
This
Assault
way they can
Marines.
copyright it or something. I don't know.
Well, give me a chainsaw and a plasma pistol.
I mean, my thought was also, even if you're like, I just want the Dervish, buying this lance, it's not gonna punish you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some lances like, I just wanted to get one. I just wanted the one out of it, so I just got 3 that I'm never gonna use because I don't care for them.
Right.
Whereas this one, it's like you still have.
You got all good.
Like
you got all good options.
There's still gonna be good options.
You'll find a home for all of these mechs.
Exactly.
Just about any force. That's a great point too.
And I know it doesn't sit with everybody. I mean, not everybody's going to think that, but
it's our opinion. You don't have to like it. It just is what it is.
That's fair. That's fair.
But that's it, guys. That is the Intersphere Pursuit Lance.
Yes.
I think it lives up to its name because they're all kind of fast, and this guy can shoot far.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So they can run things down.
I think we've used the Dervish one before, haven't we? On the battle,
we did. We had a 3D printed one.
Yeah.
I never bought the Iron one because I never really liked the way it looked. In all fairness, I honestly. I don't love the 3D printed one either. I was gonna say I think I like that one better than I like the 3D printer one. Yeah. I mean, especially with
sorry.
No, go ahead, please.
Even with the Cicada, it's the same thing. Like I think I like this better than even a 3D printed from
the MechWarrior Online. Yeah. Some of them I will admit, like the MWO sculpts are pretty cool, but largely I think these are winning for me.
Yes, yeah. They're definitely. I'm starting to turn the other side.
Turn to the other side.
But there's some that I will never like. The king crab.
Oh, that is a good one.
The one from MWO.
It's the best.
Is,
The MWO, the sculpt is the best.
Yes, yeah.
It's so cool. I agree with you on that one. And the Banshee too.
Yes,
I like the MWO sculpt better.
Yes, yeah.
So
great.
Anyway, I almost said MWL. Remember MechWarrior Living Legends?
Yes.
That's old school. All right. Anyway, guys, I think we're all done with this review. Short and sweet. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that if you haven't got your Kickstarter, I hope it comes soon for you. But a couple of things. Number one, if you need to get your mech fix ahead of time, you can head on over to Aries Games and Minis. That is our number one stop for all things BattleTech, books, dice, games, miniatures. You can get every force pack. The Mercenaries ones will eventually be for sale, but they're not, as of filming this video, they're not available yet to retailers, but who knows when that will happen. I don't actually know if there's a street date or if they pushed it back. But who knows? Maybe we'll just start buying stuff off Aries, because I'm not even sure my Kickstarter will ever be here. So I'll just give Derek all my money. I'm happy to do that. But that said, speaking of money, if you want to help the channel keep the lights on, you can head on over to Patreon. It's as little as $1 a month, and it tremendously helps out. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine. You can just hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already, and leave us a comment. Let us know what your favorite mech is, whether it's by design or by stats. Always love to hear your comments about BattleTech. So that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. And of course, stay tuned. Always great stuff coming from Death from Above Wargaming. Have a good night.